And welcome.
This is the first episode of I Don't Care.
We don't care.
Yeah, we don't.
We don't care. We don't care about anything. You, our moms, work,
it makes it sound
cigarettes, anything. And if you don't care, then maybe you can join us in not caring. Because we just don't care.
Yeah,
I sound like a whining bitch.
Yeah, you sound like a teenager.
I just didn't know.
We don't care about our moms,
how to
man.
do a good intro. I don't know. I'm just naming things I don't care about. Like, my room, it has gross water bottles with cigarette butts in it and stuff, and whatever. Who cares? I don't care. Okay, so anyway.
Who cares?
This show, hopefully we'll be able to cover topics.
Hopefully we'll be able to work with my my friend. He's got another podcast called Everything and Nothing. I was supposed to be on it. I was like one of the guys who started it up, but he just lives all the way in fucking Brooklyn. And
That's Steve talking, and this is Ian talking now.
Hi, Steve.
Radio name Steve Breeze. You might know him as Easy Breezy.
Beautiful Steven girl.
But yeah, hopefully we'll be able to cover topics like music, specifically good music.
Movies, oh my god, movies. This year and next year are going to be fucking phenomenal.
Our horrible opinions on movies, past and present and future.
No politics, though. I don't feel educated
no
enough
politics.
to do politics.
Because we don't care about politics, so we're not doing that. But all the good stuff that is good, like drugs, we'll do some
alcoholic beverages.
Yeah, like if your local 7-Eleven is doing a sale on 40s or something, we'll let you know.
Colt 45s.
So you should come to us and listen, because even though if you don't care, we don't care either. So
we don't care if you're not listening.
Yeah, if you don't want to listen, it's okay. We don't really
fun.
care. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of technical stuff too, as we're learning.
Do you want to put music in it? Like every once in a while, just take a
break? That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do music breaks. We'll tell you what the song is. We'll tell you where you could find other music like it.
Tell you about shows.
Yeah, we'll tell you about shows.
We're going to Massachusetts next week. We're going to go see
May 6th.
Who Killed Spiky Jacket?
May 6th in Worcester, Massachusetts. Zex is a really great punk band from Canada, and they're coming down and they're doing their U.S. tour all through May and June, all over U.S. And they're playing in Worcester, Massachusetts with Who Killed Spiky Jacket and Saint Ripper, great Boston punk bands. New York's alright, just passed the last weekend. Unfortunately, I did not get to go, but there's a bunch of great footage up on YouTube. You should definitely check it out. Great bands. But we'll cover stuff like that. We'll complain a lot as you're hearing. Yeah. Just stupid shit for you to listen to while you were high, or
I wish this was live so we could have like callers.
Yeah, callers. Maybe we'll do callers sometimes. You can listen to us while your girlfriend's ignoring you, and you're just like smoking away, listening to that fucking Easy Rider soundtrack. But I don't know. I think maybe right now is a good chance to get to know your disc jockeys, your MCs of the hour. So I think maybe what we're gonna do is do a little interviewing type deal, like not so much a job interview because we don't care about jobs or anything like that, but we'll let you guys get to know us in somewhat of a personal yet we don't care manner,
Do you want to start talking about let's just start talking about like how we got into music or something. I don't know.
All right, Steve. I guess you can definitely go first because you're going to be a hard, you're going to be pretty hard to follow.
My first experience with music was pretty much just trying to fit in. Like I wanted to be like more adult and grown up, so I was like starting to listen to music and stuff. Because when you're like 12 years old, that's
you don't really know what music
is. Adult is, yeah. Like the only music I ever listened to was like Weird Al and shit like that.
When I was 12 years old, I was trying to find the Blink-182 and the Eminem CDs.
Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god, I remember that shit.
Yeah.
No, but I remember my first album. I don't remember the name of it, but it was was like a Newfound Glory CD.
Oh,
Like,
man.
dude, it was horrible. I listened to it a couple of years ago. I was like, why did I enjoy this? But I remember the very last track on that album was their version of the Never Ending Story song. Never Ending Story. Whoa, whoa. It was like so bad. But then,
you didn't know any, but we didn't know any
that,
better
and then
at that
also
age, you know?
I can't remember who got it for me, but somebody got me Nickelback album for Christmas, and that was like my second.
We were just talking about that today, right? Avril Lavigne is married to
oh yeah, what's his face?
the lead singer of Nickelback.
But yeah, I was into them, quote unquote, for like a year or two, because it's just that like I didn't know what to listen to. I didn't know like who I was at the time, I guess, and then I remember getting excuse me. I remember getting Tony Hawk's Underground 2.
There you go, dude.
And I was playing. I remember skate. It was they had the skate park from the original one, that really shitty old broken
The Hangar.
down one.
The
Yeah,
Hangar. Yeah.
And Rock and Roll High School came on, and that was the first punk song I ever listened to.
I read an article not too long ago that they said that the first Tony Hawk Pro Skater and pretty much everyone after that followed got a lot of kids, like broadened kids' horizons on music, you know, because it had some really hardcore songs in it. And like the first one, that's probably the first time I ever heard Dead Kennedys.
Oh yeah,
or Suicide Machines.
American Wasteland. I heard California Uber Alice.
Well, I mean, they had Police Truck on the first.
I don't remember
much of
it.
As the intro video, they played that. It was only an instrumental. It was a bam,
oh yeah, I
you know, and I was like, wow, this is really good shit. And that was I was in first grade. I was still playing with Pokemon cards and fucking
I remember you brought
Crazy
that over.
Bones
Tony
and shit.
Hawkins, bro.
Yeah, Tony Hawkins.
His name is not Tony Hawkins. It's Tony Hawk.
Definitely, video games definitely played a big part, especially the Tony Hawk games played a big part in finding music and searching music. I remember Tony Hawk Underground 2 was the first time I heard the Doors or the Casualties.
Yeah.
And you could pick the songs that you wanted on your playlist, and I had what's that song by the Doors? Other Side or Break On Through, and the Casualties, Unknown Soldier, and those are the only two songs on my playlist that I would just play over and over again because I loved them so much, and I've never heard any music like that before. I
played I want to say it was Underground 2 again a couple of months ago, and I didn't realize that there was like a shit ton of other songs that I listen to now, and they're like Fears, I Love Living in the City, and there was also Red Hot Chili Peppers was on there, man.
The first time I heard Fear, I Love Living in the City was in the Warriors video game. And
that was my favorite
I guess
game
before
of all
that,
time.
SLC Punk, but like, I only watched that once because I borrowed a copy from my friend Sam O'Connor. His birthday was yesterday. Happy birthday, bro! And that blew my mind too. I didn't really get into Fear until later, but like it was, I always used to listen to that because it was a good song. But like Roots probably was like, what was the first CD? Sixth grade was still like Eminem and shit like that, but like 7th grade, a lot of people, were walking around the hallways with like Led Zeppelin shirts on and Pink Floyd shirts on, and they were really, I guess their like dads were like dusting off the old record collection and stuff and showing them. And for me, I was in the car with my dad, and WPDH, or the radio station around here in New York, was playing War Pigs, and that was the first time I heard War Pigs by Black Sabbath, and I was like blown away. It comes on, and my dad just turns up the volume, and he just goes, "Ian, listen to this." I
remember your dad's old. I don't remember what kind of car it was. Did he ever own a V-Dub?
Like, no, it was a little Dodge Omni.
It was the black one where you could sit backwards.
Oh no, that was a station wagon.
Yeah,
the station wagon.
I remember War Pigs coming on in there.
Do you? Yeah.
Yeah, I remember sitting backwards. They're like, yeah. Then we had that fucking, I think it was a Backstreet Boys cassette tape that we threw out the window in the car.
Yeah, oh yeah. We used to do the honk sign to truckers and flip people off and stuff. But
Deviants.
It was Black Sabbath, and I was obsessed with Black Sabbath for like my whole 7th grade thing. And I went over to my uncle's house, and he has like all these CDs on his rack, and I saw a Metallica album. I was just looking through them, and I saw Metallica Kill 'Em All, And I'd never heard Metallica before that. I could honestly say I'd never heard them. And I didn't know it was their first record. I had nothing to do, and I saw the cover, and it was just a sledgehammer covered in blood. And I was like, yo, this seems pretty cool. Like, this seems like fucking awesome. Because I was, at 7th grade, I was like watching Dawn of the Dead and fucking Jason, all the killer slasher movies and stuff. Big gore hound. And I was like, yeah, I could totally get it. I could see myself get into this. I'd turn it over, and it's the picture of all them with like the long hair and Cliff Burton looking all mean and shit. And he burnt me that copy. And from there, it's just history. It was after Metallica, it was Iron Maiden, and Anthrax, Judas Priest, Slayer. And I was a huge metalhead, and I wore the fucking M65 field jacket, grew my hair out.
I used to have
stuff.
one of those.
Yeah,
M65
that's
field jacket,
every rocker kid had had one of those, and you put your pins on it, your favorite bands at the time and stuff like that.
I wanted to do that, but I never really got into it because I didn't feel like sewing it on. Like the Dead Kennedys and the Misfits patch that I have on the vest. Those were gonna go on my old field jacket.
That's how long you've had those patches for?
Yeah, man. Like that's since cool. I was in I want to say 9th grade, I've had those.
I just really I love the pins thing because it was like you were expressing yourself through a 1-inch piece of metal, and I just thought it was pretty cool. And but yeah, and it was just a constant search from there for like anything harder and faster and angrier and angstier, whatever. And then pretty much it was probably the Casualties. I heard the Casualties on Tony Hawk Underground too, and that's like it was such a lame way to like start listening to punk music.
No, man, I think that's great.
Yeah, but it was just, and then my buddy. And I hooked up with this kid Anthony, who will probably come on the show. You'll hear more about him and stuff. But he was like, yeah, the Casualties, dude. Made in NYC, sniffing glue, gabba gabba hey, and stuff. So I started really listening to them more, and then from there it was just like he was like, hey man, you ever hear G.G. Allen? And then it was just all fucking downhill from there. So it was fucking
that's
skimming
when
the
my
scud
life turned upside down.
So, I don't know. It was really. I guess it was typical the way, but it's weird because growing up, like when we did and stuff, it was so much easier to find music.
Oh yeah, I don't think I'd be into this kind of music if it weren't for the decade that I grew up in. Like if I was growing up back when this shit was going on, I'd have a really hard time finding out about it. And if I did, I guarantee like my parents would try and keep me from listening to it. Like
yeah.
Like especially going down to the show, finding out about shows, that I feel like would be definitely difficult because growing up in fucking Dover, it's nothing but country music and hip hop and shit. Kids trying to be all cool like city life kids and shit, and there are no real bands from Dover. I mean, like there's one or two that came out. Like
the scene around here sucks because we live like an hour away from New York City, so it's like
it'd be impossible to find out about them.
And stuff. But
if it weren't for the internet,
if it wasn't for the internet, it would suck. And the thing about that is like I guess kids back then it was just like go down to the local record shop, and or like people were dubbing tapes for people and this and that. And it was like, hey man, like I heard this band, or like what I mean, and the whole zine thing and everything where you'd read about bands and stuff like that. But I definitely feel like we missed out on like being able to go down to a record store and just seeing like the cover art of an album or something and being like, hey, this looks really cool, and not even knowing what was on there and not hearing them before because you haven't heard it on YouTube or Bandcamp or something like that, and just going home and putting it on and listening to it. And I feel like that was not so much like purer, I guess, but like it was just like a great way that...
It was like Where's Waldo, sort of music. Because they weren't on the radio. You couldn't listen to it on the radio.
Yeah, that kind of music you definitely didn't hear on the radio.
You had to go searching for it. Mm-hmm.
And
just fuck like, everything and become a pirate.
Yeah. Basement pirates. But yeah, that's basically, so I still have like, as much punk as I listen to now, I still definitely have like that metal, stoner, doom background. I feel like
everyone who listens to punk at least listens to one or two metal bands.
Yeah.
They're so closely related.
Yeah, there's definitely crossover and stuff like that, and, you have all those fucking speed metal punks and stuff like that, so that's cool. But...
You want to throw a song in?
Yeah, all right. We're gonna pick out a song and we'll be back, and
we'll tell you who
it was and stuff.
The song and the album
afterwards.
And
maybe something from the Roots, one of the first songs we heard, and Classic.
All right there, Bob. All right, we're back. So the first song was "Never Say Die" by Black Sabbath off of the Never Say Die album. And what was yours?
As the Casualties with For the Punks, off early years, 1990s. I have to say, I don't think I've ever heard that Black Sabbath song.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think
That's
I've ever...
one of my favorite ones by them. I discovered it, like, I want to say a year or two ago. I downloaded everything onto my phone, and I heard that, and off Technical Ecstasy. I also really liked, I can't remember, I think it was just Gypsy, maybe it was called, or something. The one that Bill Ward sang on, and it was fucking awesome. I liked it a lot.
I don't think I've heard a lot of songs off that album.
Ooh. I love everything with Ozzy, Black Sabbath wise, anyway.
Yeah, I can't really. I'm not a big Dio fan with Black Sabbath. I love Dio by himself, of course, but
I'm not really a Dio fan.
Yeah.
Like, I haven't heard enough of him to classify myself as a fan.
He's very what's the word? Not power rock, like mystical rock, fantasy metal.
What the hell? Like, who are the other like 3 lead singers for Black Sabbath?
It was Ozzy and Dio.
No, it was Ozzy, Dio, and then it was like Ian something, Greg something, and somebody else.
I have no idea. I stopped following that. I stopped following that after Dio. I didn't even care. But
so fuck potholes.
We went away.
We went to Sunoco and Carmel just down the road, and I gotta say, it's like miniature war went on over there. There's so many fucking potholes, it's ridiculous.
On the way there, it's like a 5-minute drive, but
it's annoying.
Yeah,
though.
it was like
especially
a dirt road.
With fucking tires.
Yeah, it sucked. We got coffee and gas station burritos.
We got chicken grease and gasoline also.
Chicken grease and gasoline.
Yeah. Oh, what the hell else were we gonna talk about? We had a whole thing. We talked about this in the car. I guess that's where it went.
Yeah. We're having like technical difficulties.
Oh yeah, Audacity fucking
Audacity.
blows. Unless it's just because I'm retarded and don't really know how to use it as well as I do with GarageBand, but this is pissing me off.
Yeah, every time we stop and we try and record a new track, it opens up a new track. So I definitely don't.
After this, we're going straight to GarageBand.
Yeah.
I gotta look up, see if we can find one for
Microsoft.
Yeah, for PCs.
Because we're using my desktop right now at my house.
I'd much rather use my laptop, but it just keeps fucking up. Like, I'll be in the middle of doing something. I'll put a song on, and then when I go to start recording again, the computer will just freeze, and then the screen will go black, and it'll restart. And then when it finally restarts, it'll be like, some shit went down. You know, they won't tell. Yeah, it won't say, like, it won't give me a diagnostics or a report or anything. It'll just say that something went wrong. And then sometimes, in the middle of rebooting, it'll do the same thing. It'll freeze and then shut itself down.
That's not good, man. Maybe we should just definitely find a GarageBand for my
I don't
computer.
know. I think I'm just gonna. I gotta get a hard drive to save all my like videos and music and stuff. Throw it all in there and then completely factory reset the thing. You know, start from scratch.
Because it's only
it's like $1,000. I don't want honestly I don't mind PCs. PCs are fun. I'll probably get one just to play games on and stuff. But when it comes to like doing projects and shit, I'm Apple all the way. I hate Apple for everything else, but they do make some pretty good software.
I don't know. I've always been a Microsoft guy.
I was trained, like, when I went to school for this stuff, that's all they ever used, so I guess that's probably
Was Apple?
Yeah. I asked them, I was like, can I bring my PC in and do stuff? And they're like, no, we only run off of OS.
Yeah.
Whatever's.
Apple OS,
Yeah.
The school that I'm going to in September has a big Mac lab, so I guess I'm going to have to...
I'm thinking about going to Full Sail sometime next year, maybe a year and a half from now, once I pay my car off, because they, the tuition includes a free MacBook, so...
Oh, that's nice.
I'll go there, and on top of that, it's like it's a pretty good school from what I remember hearing. They came to my school. It's in Florida.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's where Rachel's going.
Oh, yeah. Tell me
they came when I was in BOCES. They came to our school, and it sounded awesome. It was just like $22,000 a semester. And I was like, there's no way my parents will let me go there, so...
Yeah, no.
Now that I'm a big boy, I can go wherever I want.
Got your big boy pants.
Yeah. I took the training wheels off my bike and everything.
That's cool. I remember when remember when me and Nikki and Joey, our cousins, used to ride bikes in the ShopRite parking lot. We used to play cops and robbers. Oh, man.
I remember playing Army all the time.
All the time.
We'd go over there and it's like, no, this is what we're playing. Zap,
Guns.
kill you.
My arsenal.
Shoot you in the face.
No, you didn't get me. I got you, dude.
Yeah.
No.
I'm the drill sergeant. You guys are the privates.
Yeah. That was fun. So
I remember we had a tent one time in your front yard.
Yeah,
That was
the
the
big
med station.
The big camo tent we used to set up in the front yard, and anybody that got, shot, I'm doing quotation marks with my fingers, they got shot or, killed or anything, we'd bring them back to the med station, and we had, bandanas and stuff we'd wrap them up with.
Yeah.
And
You just touch their chest to heal you. You're all better.
we used to make, medicine packets out of, tied up leaves with, rocks in them and shit for, your med packs. It was pretty silly. We had a lot of fun, though.
Good old days before money became an issue.
Yeah, I guess.
So, other stuff that we got to start talking about because we can't just stop talking in the middle of this.
So this is the first. We're only 27 minutes in, and we started to realize that it's just a lot of talking, which is cool. Never really done anything like this before, but
you got to be on your toes. You got to be on your feet for this kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
It's somewhat more difficult than I was expecting it to be because I was thinking it was just gonna be I'm gonna have so many things to talk about, blah, blah, and then I realized, I'm a loser. I don't have things to talk about.
After 8 minutes, it was just that's kind of all we had to say about that. But this is just the first show.
You want to talk about shit that happened when I first moved here? You remember Sexy Spiral and
oh my god,
Crawfish?
Yeah. So he luckily growing up, my mom's side of the family all kind of lived really within a half an hour of each other, and we'd always hang out at, it wasn't just family gatherings. We would have play dates.
We were best friends
out
until we reached our teen years, and then we all
kind of went our separate ways.
Yeah, we all became different people and whatnot. But I remember when I first moved here, we were still unpacking shit, and you guys came over to play and everything, and we were just hanging out by my dad's truck, and a couple of guys came out from my neighbors. I don't want to go into too much detail, but they came out and they were playing football and shit. And this was back in the day when panties and sex and sexy were bad words,
those words that you made you giggle.
Yeah, you're like, oh,
you weren't
sexy.
Definitely weren't allowed to say.
Yeah, so they were playing football outside, and we were just hanging out, and they're tossing it back and forth. And one guy, I guess he threw it really well at one point.
No, it was us. It was one of us. One of us threw it to them.
Yeah, I think it was Nicky. He threw it. Yeah, he threw it, and the guy caught it, and he goes, "Woo! That was a sexy spiral."
It was just
he so into it.
Yeah, he just got so excited that one of these kids threw him a perfect spiral pass. And that was one of the terms that we would always refer back to.
Spiral.
Yeah, if anything cool or something funny happened, we'd be like, "That's a sexy spiral." It was just so weird. And another time, I was at Steven's house. My dad took us down to this creek that was
a 10-mile river.
Yeah, it was it was a big
bridge.
river, and he took us down there. And he was because my dad used to take me on hikes all the time when I was young. And he's a big nature guy, so we all went down there and. All our moms were back at the house, but they're gonna get ticks. But you gotta watch out for ticks and this and that. And we went down to the river, and we're just kind of looking at the river, playing skittling in the water. As my dad used to call it, picking up rocks and throwing them and shit. And there was this
greasy-looking homeless hippie, and he was there, and he had his nice little hippie van and everything. And there was a bunch of dead. Crustaceans. I don't want to give it away yet.
Yeah.
So there were dead crustaceans just sitting there in the river, and we were picking them up and looking at them and everything. And we're like, oh, look at all these baby lobsters. And he's like, them ain't lobsters, them crawdads. And then I can't remember. Somebody's like, oh, I wonder what killed him. He goes, upstream winds.
Yeah.
And then right after he said that, he was super creepy. He creeped us all out. Yeah, we're getting a little too loud. Your dad went over to him, or your dad went over to him, and he started speaking to him, having a full-blown conversation. I was like, what is he doing?
Yeah, it was just weird because but when we got there, it wasn't hey, how's it going? This is a great day or whatever. He was just standing.
He just interrupted
in the middle. Yeah, he was just standing in the middle of the river. We were doing our thing, and he was just standing there. So, like, when we started talking about it, he just quickly, them ain't lobsters, them crawdads. So, that was another really weird
I'll never forget
thing that
that
happened.
day.
Yeah, me neither. That was really fucking odd.
That was something else. Probably just shot up a whole bunch of heroin and needed to feed himself.
Yeah,
Living in a van down by the river.
Collecting crawfish to put in his can to heat up over a fire later. Some Popeyes fucking crawfish. Cooked Dover style.
Cooked over?
Dover style.
Oh, Dover style.
That Wingdale spice. But yeah, there's like a lot of crazy, stupid family stories. I'm sure everyone has those, but those are just two. Those are two really funny ones that we like to laugh about.
You know what? I feel like we should probably make an email account strictly for this thing, for the show, and next episode or later when we're doing music, we should like announce. We should create the thing and then announce it. Give the email address out so that people who actually listen to us can send in music requests.
Email's good, but I was definitely thinking like a Facebook fan page.
Facebook fan page would be good too, but it's a lot harder. Like, you have to pay to get some of the features and shit on that, like to really advertise it.
But I'm not trying to really advertise it. We'll rely on our friends to share the page and stuff like that.
True.
You know what I mean? So it would just be easier, like, if we posted a thing and we were like, hey, like, this show, we're covering this topic, what would you like to hear us talk about? Or what songs do you guys want to listen to? We played these songs last week, like, what about, anything? And if you guys want to just hate on us, it's whatever, we don't care, but I had to throw that in there real fast. But, yeah, definitely Facebook. We'll do, if you like, we were talking about before, we were talking about trying to get some kind of like on-the-go recording device so we could do like interviews at shows and stuff like that, which would be really, really awesome.
If you're in a band, send us some music that you guys like. If you have a demo tape, send it in. If we like it, we'll play it, and if we really like it, we'll have you on the show. Or we'll just interview you or something.
We'll definitely have you guys try and come here. Yeah, promote you and help you out with that kind of stuff. Definitely into that, because we need to find some cool bands around here. Because again, the scene where we're from just sucks really hard.
Yeah, it's rural and suburbs, so there's not really much going on here. It's where I live. It's like a 15-20 minute drive to get anywhere fun. Everything else is just houses and food.
Yeah,
not much going on there.
They have like the whole, I guess, like the coolest thing going on around here is like the whole Hudson Valley hardcore thing, like Dead Empires and those bands and stuff. They play over across the river in Kingston and stuff like that. And then there's New Paltz, which has like Snugs and stuff. But other than that, I mean, that's not really my stomping grounds. But I know like Car Bomb, I'll give them an honorable mention. They've played in my basement a couple times. They're really good.
Yeah, they are really good.
Ourselves is really good. Diener is a pretty good friend. He's a madman with the guitar. So we'll definitely try and get those bands on here and give them shout outs and stuff like that. But if you have like a band camp or some music you could send us,
hell, if you even got a Facebook page or some shit that you want to promote, fuck it, we'll definitely think about it.
Yeah, we'll think about it, because we're too busy not caring about stuff.
Yeah.
So
too busy masturbating and not caring.
With Steve Martin's penis cream.
Yeah. Oh, my laugh is horrible.
It's okay. We all have shitty laughs. It's fine. We'll do a laughing contest too. We'll see who has the worst laugh.
We could bring in my little sister. She got a man's laugh.
But yeah. So this is just, like I said, bear with us, because this is just the start of something great to come.
Yeah, hopefully we can get out of this dungeon. Maybe we should call it Dungeon Dwellers instead of
Basement Pirates.
Yeah,
we don't care because we're basement pirates. But yeah, we're so like where we're recording right now is
let's describe it. Let's give somewhat detail to it.
Okay, so I live in the basement of my mother's house. Haha, great. Yeah.
But we don't care.
We don't care. It's like an unfinished basement. The walls, half of the walls on the far side are literally rocks. Like, you can see like the misformations and like them, but they're like protruding out of the walls because it's literally put together by rocks and cement.
Mortar.
And yeah, mortar. And the other half is like cinder blocks, big cement cinder blocks. And my room is just like a collaboration of basically every artist I've met in my life. So there's like spray paint and posters. Yeah. Oh yeah. We'll definitely get into pork. There's like spray paint and posters and stickers and I have my good friend Toon is a good graffiti artist. He did a piece right above my bed. It's really.
We'll post pictures of it on the page.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe we could do like a live recording thing so you could watch us make fools out of ourselves. But it's the best way to describe it to like someone who's never been in my room before is if you're not,
mind of Charles Manson.
Yeah, if you're not used to things like this, it's very overwhelming. It's just that there's a lot to take in. I always tell people it's like whenever I'm bored and I just start looking around my room, I'll kind of like find something new that I didn't even know was there. Because people come, they leave stuff, they draw stuff.
Yeah, that's the best part. Yeah. It's like a community of artwork.
Yeah, it's really...
It's a gross community of artwork.
Yeah.
It's like a cesspool of artwork.
It's definitely a weirdo art safe haven. So, just band posters and, stickers and shit like that. But over the years, it's turned into like my own little universe of everything I love. Yeah, shit.
It's a fucking shit show, Rick.
But yeah, it's I call it the dungeon because it's just me and Anthony call it the Dunkaroo dungeon. But
you need to get one of those lights that are suspended by a wire, so it just really makes it creepy.
Yeah, that's what it's like. It's really bad, but at the same time, I love it, and it's gonna be hard in a couple years to leave this place.
Windows is not genuine.
Yeah, I have bootleg Windows from my good friend Apollo Saxon. So.
Alright, so let's play a couple more songs.
Yeah, definitely more songs. We're going to get into... I think this episode we'll stick with some of the roots, what we were talking about earlier and stuff like that. So, alright, let's do this.
Later.
Come on,
And we're back.
All right. So, what was your song?
I did Gigi Allen, No Rules. It's one of my favorites by him. Like I said, my buddy Anthony got me into him.
Off of?
Oh, I have no idea. That was I think Band in Boston. I'm pretty sure that's one of the albums.
Yeah, that was it.
He did.
I remember seeing it.
He has so many weird fucking albums with different songs, different versions of the different songs, and so. And your song?
Mine was "Angel Fuck" by by the Misfits, off of Static Age.
Fucking 12-year-old.
So
funny,
Danzig.
yeah. Funny. Like, okay, so I was telling him before we started, I didn't even know the Misfits. I heard Danzig first, and I heard Mother on Dee Schneider's House of Hair one night when I was taking a shower real late, and I was like blown away, and like the way he said it was like satanic Elvis or whatever, and so I started listening to him and How the Gods Kill and Lucifage and all that stuff, and it wasn't until later on when Anthony was horror rock and all that shit, or horror punk. He was like, yeah, dude, like, the Misfits, and, like, I'm sure, what's your favorite album? I was like, I've never heard the Misfits before. He's like, what? You've never heard the fucking Misfits and shit? So I definitely got into the Misfits a little later in the game, but, I just never really gave them the time of day.
I actually didn't know that Danzig was,
Danzig.
like, I heard Danzig before, and, I heard Mother and everything, but up until last year, I didn't realize that Danzig was the lead singer of the Misfits.
Up until last year, really?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Like, I didn't put two and two together. The band Danzig. Like,
right,
I didn't
right.
even know he did that song. I was like, oh shit, I know this voice. And I looked into it. I was like, oh shit, I know him.
That's crazy.
But yeah, I felt like a complete idiot after that.
Yeah.
Very awesome.
I don't know. A lot of people give me shit about not listening to the Misfits early on, but I was listening to other shit, so whatever. But those are the two songs. There'll definitely be more song breaks in other episodes, but we just wanted to get a lot of the bullshit out of the way for this episode.
It's like 2 a.m. We gotta we gotta sign off soon.
We're gonna end up wrapping it up soon. We definitely just want to tell you that during when we were picking our songs and stuff, we made a Facebook page.
Yeah.
It's we don't care with a capital W. I'm sure we'll share
apostrophe NT and don't.
Yeah. Hopefully everyone starts sharing it out and you see it pop up somewhere. Give it a like. We're gonna figure out how we're gonna post these podcasts.
Pretty much when I post the podcast, I got to talk to my friend about it. But when I post it, I'm gonna spell "We Don't Care" the exact same way as the Facebook pages, so that it's you just
no
copy
confusion.
and paste it, so it's easier. Right now, we can't even get a profile picture. Facebook's fucking with us
Facebook's
too. So
being
tonight
weird
is
and
really
shit.
Night of the horrible fucking technical
Night of the
difficulties.
potholes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Night of the potholes. Night of the crawdads.
But yeah, give us a like, share it out to your friends, say something. Hopefully, when we're done with this, we'll get the podcast up so you guys can hear what we're about. And if you don't like us, we don't care. But one more time before the show ends. Yeah, give us a listen. Like we said, comment on it. Fucking tell us what you want to hear. Tell us what you want to fucking talk about. Shit like that. And we'll definitely do a lot of more. There's definitely going to be a lot more fun stuff coming. It's not going to just be us fucking being bored at 2 a.m. So we'll put together a lot of fun activities. We'll fucking throw shows and stuff like that. It'll be cool.
If you want to support us in any way, a nice bottle of alcohol
or
a 12-pack would be.
I'm sure
would suffice.
The shows would be a lot more interesting if you're just a little bit more drunk. So
a little lit.
Yeah, a little lit. I'm a little lit. So what? we gotta get a soundboard guy so we can fucking put in excerpts and stuff. I think that's pretty much it though.
Yeah.
For everything. So
catch us about 2 weeks from this episode, I guess. Maybe a little longer, depending on our schedules and depending on the problems that we're going to have next week recording this, because I guarantee there's going to be more.
Next week's show, we'll talk about the show that we went to in
we're going to try and interview some of the guys.
Massachusetts. Yeah, that'd be cool. we'll talk about, maybe we'll bring Pork up and give them a
Pork.
nice shout out.
Definitely do that.
Talk about some other zines and some other great artists and stuff like that, and we'll share with you some more musical bindings from the sewage underground of punk, but
whatever, man. We don't care.
That's gonna be it for me. So,
I'm done.
All right.
All right.
Good night.
Bye. Goodbye.